What's up, YouTube? It's Willie Rebuild back with another one over here in Area 51, getting a little something done today. Old Money Mike, he still got the Riviera sitting here with the motor towed down, getting his little parts together so he can put it on back on the road. Got Redness back here. I ain't really been doing too much to it. I finished the AC box up, as you can see. Put everything back in it. Still gotta put the little foam in there. I'm gonna cut me some pieces and put back in there, but for the most part, it look pretty good. Other than that, I painted the cowl area up on it. Cleaned that up pretty good. And cleaned the brackets up and painted them. Put it all back together. Getting ready to take the fenders off once I fix that low spot. And take the inner fenders out, clean them up. Take the hood off. Take the hood hinges off, clean all that up. Get everything ready. We still ain't put the paint boot up yet, so that's why I ain't in the big rush to prime it. Cause we still ain't get the paint boot put together at the other shop. But once we get close to doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and prime this thing in and get it ready to spray it. But let's take a walk over here on the other side. Got something else I'm working on today. Take a walk over here. We got the 96 Impala in here. As you can see, it's a G-body situation as well. But we got the 96 Impala in here. And they put this sunroof in here. I mean, looking at it, it looked pretty good. Me, myself, I ain't a big fan with putting sunroof in a car if it ain't come with it. But it looked pretty good just glancing at it. It looked like they did a good job. But the problem is, this sunroof, when you look at it at the right angle, you can see light coming through it. So if you see light coming through it, that means it got water coming through it. My boy asked me, could I fix the flow pan in it? So I told him, yeah, I could take care of that for you. Went ahead and cut it out. Cut the flow pan out. We looked online. He looked online. I looked a little bit. I ain't see nobody selling flow pans for 96 Impalas aftermarket. And he said he didn't see nobody either. So what I did was made a phone call. Got my buddy to cut me out a flow pan at the junkyard. Cut it pretty good. The only thing with that is the flow pan came out of Caprice. And the bracket's different for the seats. So we cut, I drilled the spot wells out it, trying to get it up. Shit was hard to come up. So I took the air chisel and put under there and cut them out the rest of the way. But the thing with that is it pulled some of the metal. So I had to weld a bunch of holes closed. Well, it pulled the hole in it from working with the air chisel. But just looking at it right now, it looked bad because the bracket's not on top. The bracket's gonna go back over that. What I did was I welded those holes closed while it was out the car to stop me from having to lay under the car and weld all that back in. So most of that's gonna get welded back on top with the brackets for the seats and the brace that go across the top. As you can see, that's the brackets and the brace. I still gotta clean all that up because that's still good. I can reuse that. The brace, I had to cut it out because the way it go is the brace go on top of the flow. The flow going first, the brace go on top of the flow. They got some old bracing that go up under the car, as you can see, this a brace right here. Got that one. Got one in this corner right here. Can't really, one right here in this corner, that's a brace. And then you got your rock on the side, which I'm gonna have to cut some of the rock out too, because that's a little rusty as well. But what I've been doing is just cleaning everything out, trimming it up slowly. Let me sit it in there, show y'all how far I got. Still need a nice little bit of trimming on it, but I'm just taking my time with it. And just cutting a little bit at a time. Cause the last thing you wanna do is get crazy and cut too much. Then I gotta go get another floor pan. I don't need that. Don't need that. So, as you can see, that's about where she gonna sit at. So, and you can see what a brace, this is what a brace go on top of the floor right there. And then up under that, if you can see in that hole, you can see the mount underneath. So like I say, where those welds at, that's gonna get welded back to the brace. I just wanted to close those holes up so I can don't have to do a whole lot of welding once I get the flow in from under the car. And I'm gonna cut it because it's the flow kind of good back here in the back. I cut out a lot. I could have cut the whole floor pan out of it because I had both pieces. I had the front and the back floor pan. I had the front and back. As you can see, that's the back right there. But I see, fuck that. I'm gonna try to short it out. Try to take a little shortcut and leave that back floor pan in there since it ain't that bad. And I'm gonna wire wheel it down and seal it up, put something on it, some rusty capsulate or something, and then come under the bottom with bed liner. And inside of here, I'm gonna seam seal it back up, hit it with some rusty capsulate, wire wheel it down, get it nice and pretty on the driver's side. I'm not doing the whole floor because these Impalas, the carpet don't come fitted to the car. So what they did was they glued the carpet to the floor. So I'm not about to wire wheel all that glue off of there. I'm gonna do this side only. And cause the other side of the car is good. I'm doing one side and get him knocked out and get the situation taken care of for him. Got rid of the rust. As you can see, if you look at this carpet right here, look at the floor still stuck to the carpet. That's how bad it was. This car come from Chicago. But I think a lot of the problem with the rust was because this sunroof is leaking. They had a sunroof in here before, and then they cut that one out and put this sunroof right here in. But this sunroof here gonna leak. It's gonna leak too because you can see a crack of light in it, and it should be sealed tight. So I don't know what they're gonna do about that problem, because if the car start taking on water again, it's gonna rot this floor pan out too. And that's where I seen the crack, the daylight at was on this driver's side. So what it was doing, it was raining inside the car. And it had to be leaking with the old sunroof too, because when I was taking the seats out, I see a lot of rust on top of the bracket for the seat. So I know that the water had to be coming from the top, because it rusted one of the mounts off for the rail for the seat. It rusted one of them off, and you could tell that it was getting water in through the top U-tube. But they want to fix it, they want to save it, So I'm going to do my job and get this floor pan done for him. Now, the sunroof deal, I don't know what they're going to do about that. The car, it got a nice little mold in it. Got a LT1. Got a custom nitrous cam in it. Sound pretty good. I would crank it up for y'all, but I don't know what a screw went at for the battery post. Ain't nothing fancy. Little nice LT1 in here. Little nitrous cam in it. Got long tube headers on it. When this car was first done, the guy, he showed me some pictures of it. They had some money in this car. Just that the car went through a couple of hands. And it got in the wrong hand. And they ain't take good care of it. They ran across the car again and wind up buying it back. And they doing it over. As you can see, it had a custom paint job on it. And everything. Two-tone paint job on it. He showed me pictures of it when it was done up. It was pretty clean. And from what they tell me they about to do with it, it's going to be clean again. They got all UMI suspension for it, belt brakes already bought. That's why they getting this floor pan in. Then I'm going to undercoat the car for them too as best as I can. And whatever I got left over, when they send the car off to get the suspension and all that shit done, they can get that to whoever going to do that. Because right now, will it rebuild? I don't know. I might do it. Shit. They might turn it into my project. I be trying to run away from some of this stuff, YouTube. But they just keep asking me and I give in, shit. They be paying, so I got to play. He got the Malibu sitting back here. Race car. Got the big block getting built for it. Roll cage in it. Got this Regal right here. 78 Buick Regal. Actually, the Regal is for sale. Regal for sale. Think he want like $1,300 for it, but they taking the rim off it. It's a positive rim in it now. I think it's an 8.5 in it, and it's missing the seats. Everything else is there. Think they want like $1,200 or $1,300 for it. Clean title car. And it got a little rust on the bottom of the quarters on both sides. And this passenger door got a little rust in the bottom of the door. So the passenger door need to be replaced. And the quarters, the bottom half of the quarters need to be replaced. Everything up on the quarter is solid. I checked it out because actually Money Mike, he kind of want the car, the 30-year body, man. But other than that, the body's straight, the floor pan's in it good, and everything. No seats in it, because they was racing this car, so they took the seats out. But all the wire harness still in it, headlight harness, everything there. The only thing missing is the seats. Both front seats and the back seats missing. Want $1,300 for it. Clean title. Just giving y'all an update, YouTube. I'm about to shut it down. I done put in my work for the day. Money Mike, the 30-year body, man, he stood me up. Called him this morning, see he was in the gym working out. And that was it. He ain't come, I ain't worrying about it. He came here a couple of days this week and drilled some of the spot welds out for me while I was tied up at the other shop messing with this motor situation with this other car I got. So I ain't been able to put in full time on it, but I done got that car running. About to spray that up and get that on down the road. Got one headache out my head. But it's Willie Rebuild, baby. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to keep bringing this content to y'all. I'm going to give y'all another update on the other 96 Impala. My boy, he been putting everything back together on it. He put the wheels on it. So when I get some free time, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to go down there and let y'all check it out. Give y'all an update on it. Willie Rebuild over and out, baby.